Live on YouTube. Hello. So now we're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We can get started, right? Oh, por si no entendieron todo lo que acaba de pasar. Me bloquearon en mi Instagram. No sé por qué, pero, you know, mom, ya seguí. She's like texting me like, keep going. Um, oh, well, I have to send her link, right? Because it's a new link. I'm new to this YouTube stuff, guys. Um, okay. Me bloquearon en Instagram, no sé por qué, para mi página personal, que es donde tengo mis más seguidores, o ahí fue donde iba a estar en vivo, pero cuando traté de hacer el live no me dejó, so tuve que parar para poder poner un post diciéndoles que tenían que ir a la página del, podcast, right? So, pero y aquí estamos en todos, so vamos a comenzar, right? I feel like I had this whole thing written down of like, oh yeah, I'm back, better than ever, woohoo! And I lost it. I posted a story earlier, and I was like, I wrote everything down on a piece of paper so that I don't have to go to a million different apps because I get lost going through apps and then I lost the paper. Um, so we're gonna wing it. Les estaba diciendo en la mañana, puse una historia que tenía todo escrito en un papel, lista para empezar, todo lo que quería hablar y todo, y luego se me perdió el papel, so vamos a ver. Pensaba que lo había puesto en una nota de mi computadora por si acaso se me perdía el papel, pero no encuentro la nota en la computadora tampoco. So, we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Hello and welcome to season 2 of Married.Mommy.Maestra. I'm so excited to be back. Bienvenidos a la segunda temporada de Married.Mommy.Maestra. A lot has happened since you last saw me in December. December? You didn't see me in December. You saw me in October. Oh my gosh. The last time you guys saw me was on my birthday. So, la última vez que me vieron fue el día de mi cumpleaños. Fue el último capítulo de la primera temporada. And yeah, ha pasado mucho desde entonces. Pero antes de empezar con todo eso, solo quería, you know, venir y darle las gracias a todos los que me han apoyado en todo esto. No tendríamos una segunda temporada si no fuera por su apoyo de ustedes. We would not have a second season if I did not have the love and support from everybody. You got this. Thank you. Because I'm suddenly like freaking out. Y hay un mosco aquí y me picó, and now I'm like all itchy on my back. So it's like, let me focus, but let me like try to get this itch too. Um, Hi. So I asked for y'all to send in questions because I was like, I know I'm not gonna know what to talk about. So I have some questions that you guys sent in, and you can send more questions in while the live is happening. Les pedí que me mandaran. You're doing amazing. Keep going. Les pedí que me mandaran preguntas porque sabía que yo iba a estar muy perdida, no iba a saber qué decir, porque ya me, like, presenté en el primer capítulo, so I was like, what am I gonna say now? Like, you already know me. So I asked you guys to give me questions. So I guess we can start with the questions. That's me every time, right? Like it's like you think you have it all figured out, and then you get in front of the camera and you're like, I actually don't know what I'm doing. Even though I've been doing it forever. Like So yeah, let's get started on that. Um, First question. Oh, and it's a lot of questions. Like y'all went off on these questions. Me mandaron muchas preguntas. No sé si voy a contestarlas todas porque algunas they're not very family friendly. So, and you know, this is a family friendly show. Speak your truth and let it flow. So yeah, hay algunas que son un poco inapropiadas para mi show. Ya saben que nosotros, aquí está la familia, la familia escucha, so no voy a contestarlas todas. Maybe not in detail. I might maybe. We'll see. So the first question that I got was, have you ever cried at school? Now, if you knew me in high school, specifically if you were ever in a theater class with me, yeah, I cried at school. I cried at school all the time. My theater teacher, Mr. Mills, in case you're watching, hey, shout out to you. He said, "Why are you so jaded? You're so young." I remember very, very clearly. One day I was sitting in class, just crying my eyes out, and he's like, "You're so jaded, and you're so young." And I didn't know what jaded meant. So I went home and did what any sane person would do. I went and I Googled the word. So I was like, damn, that kind of hurt. Okay. But granted, I was kind of jaded and I was pretty young and I was crying in his class. So, I mean, I guess he could say whatever he wanted to say, right? Um, La primera pregunta fue si alguna vez he llorado en la escuela y los que me conocían en la secundaria, no, la en la, ¿cómo se dice? Bueno, lo que equivale a la preparatoria, right? Um, Saben que yo todo el tiempo estaba llorando. ¿Por qué? Yo no sé. I really don't know what I was crying about. Probably boys. Uh, pero mi maestro de teatro un día me dijo, like, I don't know what jaded is. Hey, Google Translate, sponsor me. But since we're on the topic of sponsors, nah, you know, I'll save that for later. Can't start. It's so early for me to be like, give me your money. But you know, if you want to, give me your money in the nicest form possible. Stated in Spanish. Hastiado? I don't know. Eso es lo que dice YouTube, not YouTube. Google. Hastiado. But el punto es que sí, yo lloraba en la escuela todo el tiempo. Like, todo el tiempo. Do you have a dog? My dad has a dog. My kids have a dog. I do not have a dog. La segunda pregunta. Si yo tengo un perro. Yo no tengo. Mi papá tiene y mis hijos tienen. Yo no tengo un perro. No. Too much responsibility. I got 2 kids. Dogs. Dogs are more work than kids. Like, si han tenido un perro, saben que es más trabajo que tener un niño. Like, would I rather speak or listen? Ironic because I am a podcast host, so you would think that I would say speak. Pero actually, I love to listen. I love to hear what people have to say, which is why I started having guests on my show so that I can hear what people have to say. Yeah, I like being able to get that like insight in someone else's life or someone else's mind. I love having deep conversations, not because I like to say what I want to say, but because I like to hear what the other person has to say. Yeah. So, si a mí me gusta más hablar o escuchar, irónicamente, porque ya saben que tengo un podcast, pensarían que me gusta más hablar, pero la verdad a mí me gusta más escuchar lo que la gente tiene que decir, por eso empecé a tener invitados en mi show porque quiero escuchar like, su historia, quiero escuchar qué es lo que tienen que decir, quiero escuchar lo que pasa en la mente de otra persona. Es muy interesante para mí. Someone asked me what the hottest sport is. I don't know what that means. Like, what is that? What are you asking me? Hottest sport? Like, what? Like, I don't know. I don't even know how to translate that into Spanish. Like, el deporte más caliente. No entendí la pregunta. So, moving on. Let's see. The weirdest trend that I've ever done. I feel like growing up, we had a lot of really weird trends, like the whole cinnamon challenge and then all of that. I didn't do anything weird growing up, and I don't think I've done anything weird now. Not like weird trends. I mean, I do TikToks sometimes. I like TikToking. Um, but I don't think I've done anything like weird on TikTok either. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Actually, someone let me know what the weirdest trend that I've done is, since y'all are watching and listening, so that I can let the other people know because I can't think of anything. Me preguntaron cuál es el trend. ¿Cómo se dice trend en español? I don't know. Trend. Más raro que he hecho. Yo no sé, no puedo pensar de nada. Cuando estábamos creciendo, cuando estaba like YouTube y todo eso, había muchas cosas que hacía la gente, pero yo nunca hice nada de eso. So. Si conocen de algo que hice, díganme, porque... Hola, hi! Sorry, I forgot that I have people, like, I'm on D&D, so I don't get messages, but I forgot that I have some people that can still send me messages. Being a distraction and stuff. Let me see. Netflix and chill. Now, I don't know if you're asking me if I want to Netflix and chill or if I like to Netflix and chill, but I'm more of a Hulu girl. So, if that answers the question. Yeah. Me preguntaron Netflix and chill, que no sé cómo se vaya a traducir eso porque like tiene doble sentido. Pero si me están preguntando si me gusta ver Netflix, a mí me gusta más Hulu. Yeah. Next question. What do I dislike the most about myself? Not a Hulu girl. I am a Hulu girl because I like to like keep up to date on like shows that are happening right now. So like they'll happen and then they go on Hulu the next day. So I watch them on Hulu. I'm a Hulu girl. I love catching up on my shows. What was the next question? Did I read the next question? What do I dislike about myself? I did read that. Vampires. I'm watching Vampire Diaries right now on HBO Max, but that's the only thing that I watch on HBO Max. So I'm not an HBO girl. I'm a Hulu girl. I have a lot of people watching on YouTube. Hey, it doesn't show me who they are though, but it shows me how many people are watching. And this is the first time that I've gone live on YouTube, so it's like so cool. And shout out to everybody that got me like my new webcam. I have a new webcam. I have new mics, but I don't have those set up because I was like, it's just me. There's no need to do all of that. Pero sí, le estoy diciendo que muchas gracias a todos los que me ayudaron con mi nuevo equipaje. That doesn't seem right. Bueno, tengo una nueva cámara, tengo nuevos micrófonos, todos los que me han comprado cosas de mi wishlist. Gracias. Throw it out there. And again, I feel like I'm avoiding this question. My therapist would be like, equipo, mi nuevo equipo? Isn't that team? My therapist would say that I'm avoiding. She says I avoid things. The question was, what do I dislike most about myself? Honestly, I say this all the time, like when I get asked this question, what I dislike the most is also what I like the most about myself. I tend to see the best in people, which can sometimes turn out to like screw me over. So I see the like potential in everybody. And then when they let me down, it's like, well, damn, I knew you could do better than that. Why did you do that? So that would be what I dislike the most about myself. But also what I like the most about myself, because it's like I see the driving people, and so I'll like push them and I'm like, no, you can do it. Yeah, do it, do it, do it. And then it'll push them further to go and achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve. So like, but then when they don't. I don't know. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm talking in circles. La pregunta fue, ¿qué es lo que me gusta menos de mí misma? Y les estoy diciendo que lo que me gusta menos es lo que me gusta más también. So, yo veo mucho la potencial de las personas. So, me gusta porque cuando veo que ellos pueden hacer algo, les digo, tú lo puedes hacer, hazlo, tú lo puedes hacer. Entonces motiva a la gente para poder tratar de hacer lo que es lo que quieren hacer, pero luego si no lo hacen, luego yo me decepciono, que no tiene nada que ver conmigo, so yo no sé por qué me estoy decepcionando. No sé si eso, tenga sentido para ustedes, pero así es como, like, en mi cabeza así funcionan las cosas, so, yeah. Michaela, can you go and see if my story went on my story? Like on my private, not on my private, on my personal account. Did that story go through that said like go follow, not go follow, go watch me on here? Does that make sense? Because I feel like I should have more viewers. I'm a little bit sad on the Instagram. But Facebook and YouTube is killing me. Killing. Sorry, I'm reading these messages. Killing it. Yeah. Maybe I said something like that, and that's why I got blocked. I don't know. Next question, favorite drink. Yes, it did. Okay, thank you. My favorite drink? Now, I don't know. Tequila Sunrise? Look, I'm a sucker for a tequila sunrise, and the last time I asked for a tequila sunrise, someone called me a child. So I stopped ordering tequila sunrises. Saludos, la mejor de la suerte. Gracias. So mi bebida favorita. Are you laughing because I said the chill? Mi bebida favorita es un tequila sunrise. No, yo no sé cómo se diga en español, pero es tequila con jugo de naranja and grenadine. I feel the need to flick you off, but then I feel like I would get reported. And then I wouldn't be able to go live on here either. But yeah, la última vez que pedí eso, me dijeron que esa es una bebida de niños, like, porque tiene jugo de naranja, entonces ya no lo pedí otra vez. Pero, I mean, así es la vida. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Weirdest place I've ever gone to the restroom. Now, I peed in someone's backyard once. I was very intoxicated, and someone was passed out in the bathroom, so I did what anybody would do. I went to the backyard. Time to upgrade to Malibu Sunrise. Look, it still has the orange juice, and the whole point is that the orange juice makes it a kid drink. Get with the program. But yeah, I mean, if you have to pee in the bathroom, there's someone passed out in there, you can't like move the person, right? So you move your ass to the backyard and then go pee in the backyard. Me preguntaron el lugar más raro donde he usado el baño, en la yarda de alguien, porque tenía que ser del baño y alguien estaba dormido en el baño porque estaban borrachos y so fui a la yarda atrás, donde no me podía ver la gente, porque eso es lo que todos harían, right? Give me a thumbs up if you agree. Look at that, thumbs up. Okay. Color of my room. My room that I stay in currently is green and red. Yeah. El color de mi cuarto, yo no sé por qué preguntaron eso, pero el cuarto es verde y rojo. Yeah. Next question. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not answering that question. So, yeah, I'm not answering that question. Someone asked about kinks. Now, I can answer that question on my other podcast. Go follow that page, Makeup and Mischief, where we'll be talking about that stuff all the time. But this is a family friendly show, so no, you don't get to know. Hottest book I've read. Now, I read books. I'm missing a lot of books actually because they're not here, because they're currently being read. But all of these books, the majority of these books, not all of them, because there are some that aren't spicy books, but the majority of these books are spicy books. So, what is the hottest book that I've read? Of the books that are here, I would have to say Sabotage by Chantal Tessier. Tessier, however you say it. This book is sick. This book is sick. 10 out of 10. Don't recommend unless you know what it is that you're getting into. Now, this book comes with, hold on, a warning. Now, if your book comes with a warning, you are being warned before you even get to the first page of the book. So don't be surprised when you open the book and start reading the book past the warning page and things start going crazy, because things will go crazy. This book was sick. It was so good, but so twisted. It was not okay. Now, I 100% recommend this book to anybody who is sick and crazy in the head like me. But if you're not, then don't read the book. Read something tame, like Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. That is also a really good book. That is less twisted. Me preguntaron que cuál es el libro más caliente que es leído. Todos los libros que yo leo, la mayoría de los libros que tengo aquí, tienen escenas muy calientes. Pero el libro que les acabo de enseñar se llama Sabotage. Oh my God, ese libro tiene... No es para la gente sana. Yeah. Lo recomiendo para la gente que no está bien en la cabeza. Let me see. Last thing I Googled, jaded in Spanish. ¿Cómo quedamos que se decía? Hastiada. Hastiado. ¿Qué fue lo último que busqué en Google? Yeah. A toxic sign that I can't get over. Ooh. I was about to say a song and then another song almost slipped out. There's a song called Sensitive Subject. And I love that song. And it's so bad. It's literally about a girl who knows that she's with a guy that has a girl. Well, he has a girl now. And she's like, yo, girl, whenever she brings me up, I'm going to tell her everything. So that's the song. Una canción tóxica que me gusta se llama, I just said the name, Sensitive Subject. Habla sobre una chica que estaba con un chico que ahora tiene una nueva chica y le dice, tu nueva mujer me va a conocer como... Yeah, no, mejor no. Anyway, biggest fear, failing my kids, hands down. Everything that I do, I feel like I do it for the betterment of my children. And it's something that I've had to let me make sure. Can the people on YouTube hear good? Yes. Okay, I was I really hope that my Echo isn't on. Todo lo que hago es para mejorar la vida de mis niños. Everything that once you become a parent, everything that you do affects your kids one way or another. And so, yes, sometimes I do things that I know aren't the best choices, but at the end of the day, like I'm trying to set them up for success. Which is what we all do really as parents. Is like you don't want your kids to go through the nonsense that you went through. So it's like, what can I do? How can I set them up to not have to go through what I've gone through? Um me Yes, ma'am. Thanks. I'm like trying not to get like super emotional today because I did my makeup. What is fear? Mi más grande. Y'all keep liking this stuff and giving me hearts, but help me out. I'm struggling with the Spanish right now. But thanks. But help. Ayúdame. Fear? Mi más grande miedo, temor. There we go. Y'all answered at the same time. Es fallar a mis niños. Yo pienso que como padres todos tratamos de hacer lo mejor para que ellos no tengan que pasar las cosas que nosotros hemos pasado, todo lo difícil que hemos pasado. Entonces mi más grande miedo o temor o whatever es fallarlos, porque sé que aunque la mayoría de las cosas que hago son buenas, a veces, somos humanos, fallamos en alguna manera y no quiero hacer nada que los afecte negativamente. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking before I start crying. Uh, love language. My love language is words of affirmation. Which I talked about it earlier. Like I love to listen. So if you can tell me, stop. I was like, I literally, if you can tell me that you love me in whatever way that you can tell me that you love me, then that's what I'm gonna receive more. Can y'all hear me choking up? Jesus. That's how I receive love the best, is hearing it. Hearing it, seeing it like written out. I'm a writer, so obviously I'm a writer, I'm a reader. Um, words of affirmation. Is this camera like wobbling? I'm sorry. No sé cómo se diga en español, like, cómo es que yo mejor recibo el amor con las palabras. Me gusta poder escuchar que me digan que me quieren, me gusta poder leer, me gusta poder, like, cuando veo las palabras o cuando escucho las palabras es como yo mejor recibo que alguien me quiere. Next tattoo. I have, those of you who know, I have a whole list, like a bullet point list of tattoos that I want to get done. But I think the next one, like for sure, that I want to do is and Michaela beat me to this one. So I want to do I love you guys too. Friendship one? No, I want to do state outlines. So I'm also palabras de afirmación. There we go. Gracias. I want to do state outlines. So I want to get my Texas, because I feel like if you've ever lived in Texas, it's just Texas forever, baby. Like, I want to get Texas state outline, and I want to get Michigan. Now Michigan is like a little glove, so I feel like that one looks so cute. And that's where I grew up, really. I'm down for this. Look, don't tempt me, girls. We will go get tatted this weekend. Like, stop. ¿Cuál es mi próximo tatuaje? So, los que saben, Los que me conocen saben que a mí me gusta hacer mucho listas, entonces ahorita tengo una lista de todos los tatuajes que quiero próximamente, pero el que quiero, like, que sea el siguiente, quiero agarrar la outline, la línea like, del estado, como se mira el estado, de Texas y de Michigan también. Last thing I wrote. Now, I wrote down these questions as they were coming in, so I forgot that this was written down. Last thing that I wrote, I want to. No, I'm a liar. Hold on. I literally wrote today. Okay. So I covered a class today, and there was like a brief moment where they just chilled out, and I was like, I'm gonna go sit down right now and write because it just hit me. Like if you know, you know. Like when you write, it just flows, it just happens. So I had to let it down. I had to write it down. This is a little much. Don't report me, please. It says, oh, la pregunta fue lo último que yo escribí. Y hoy estaba cubriendo una clase y hubo un momento donde, like, pararon de, porque, oh my God, sí saben, los niños, bueno, la mayoría de ustedes conocen, niños nunca paran, pero hubo un momento donde la clase se tranquilizó y dije, right now, este es el momento, me voy a sentar y me voy a poner a escribir. So, no me voy a reportar. I'm not going to be able to translate this, pero we'll see. Okay, it says scarred and broken and covered in blood that drip. Oh my God. No, I'm not going to read this. Like, y'all are going to be like, Black report community guidelines. Whoever reported me on Instagram, I'm so sad. Okay. The crimson that leaked from the shattered pieces of my, there's a bunch of like scribbles. So it's like I'm trying to keep up. The crimson that leaked out from shattered pieces of my heart. I was lost, no destination, no interest in finding where to go. Maybe the ocean. Turns out I love the feel of salt in my lungs. I spent so many years drowning in my tears, lonely in the sheets of my bed. At least now I'll have a view. That was my son's dog, sorry. But yeah, that's what I wrote. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense. Sometimes words just like spew. A veces lo que escribo no tiene sentido porque son palabras que no salen de, pero, you know, I feel like that kind of made sense if you don't think about it. The last song that I sang at the top of your last song you sung at the top of your lungs. I was just singing in the car. I'm trying to think like what playlist was I listening to, but I feel like it was something by Banda Cuisillos. So, ¿cuál fue la última canción que like canté? You know, a todo lo que da. Una canción de la Banda Cuisillos. No me acuerdo cuál, pero es lo que estaba escuchando ahorita en el carro. Is MJ still alive? So my mom told me if there are any conspiracy theory questions, let y'all know. We're saving those for her episode because my mom is a conspiracy theorist. I am not. So all of these, like, is MJ still alive? Is the earth flat? Was the moon landing fake? I don't know why y'all would ask me that. I don't know. I don't want to answer that. Me preguntaron muchas cosas de conspiración. ¿Esa es la palabra? Mi mamá me dijo que les avisara que eso lo vamos a guardar para su capítulo porque a ella le gusta hablar sobre esas cosas. Yo no tanto, pero cuando venga ella, el próximo capítulo, by the way, she's the next episode, podemos hablar sobre todas esas preguntas, porque me preguntaron que si Michael Jackson todavía vive y si el mundo es plano y todo eso. And I'm not answering that. No, thank you. Um, my favorite show right now, Vampire Diaries. Mi favorito show que estoy viendo, Vampire Diaries. I started that literally just randomly, and then I just never stopped watching it. Let me see. Personality or looks? Personality, 100%. If you're a shitty person, who cares what you look like? Like, it doesn't matter. ¿Qué es más importante, la personalidad o cómo se mira una persona? La personalidad, porque ¿para qué quieres a alguien guapo si no tiene personalidad? Like, what? That doesn't even make sense. You know? Trust issues, we all have them. That's all I gotta say about that. Celebrity crush, Robert Downey Jr. Una celebridad que me gusta mucho, like, que sería, how do you say crush? I don't know. Robert Downey Jr. Todos los que me conocen saben, like, that's my man. Yeah. Last person I texted, my mom. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to all the moms out there. Woo! La última persona que le mandé mensaje fue mi mamá. Most expensive thing that I own? This house? I guess. Algo, lo que más, lo más mío, esta casa. Yeah. The moon landing. Biggest red flags for girls. Now, I don't know if you're asking, like, what is the biggest red flag for a girl or what is the biggest red flag, Caro? Fue lo que dije, ¿no? I don't know. If you're asking, like, what is the biggest red flag for a girl or, like, what is the biggest red flag for a girl to have? Because I don't know. Now, there are a lot of red flags out there in the world, but I don't know what the biggest one is. I think we all have our own, like, opinions to that. Worst advice that I've ever given? Back when I was in my YOLO days, like, YOLO! I said that for everything. Just do it. You only live once. Why not do it? Like, that's not exactly the best advice to be given to people, especially for the things that they were asking. Like, I should have not. So that's the worst advice that I've ever given. El peor consejo que he dado, cuando para todo decía, like, pues hazlo, solo vives una vez. Hazlo, no, you know. Pero a veces eran para preguntas que, like, no lo deberían de haber estado haciendo, pero yo decía, pues solo vives una vez, ¿por qué no? You know. Ese fue el peor consejo que he dado. Let me see. Mental check. We'll get to that. Right now, we're doing icebreaker questions, so we'll talk about that later. How many hours of sleep did I get last night? It's a great question. So, I went to sleep around 11. Woke up around 5, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then went back to sleep and then slept for another 2 hours. So, like, around 7 hours of sleep, I guess. Me preguntaron que cuánto tiempo dormí anoche. Pienso que fueron como 7 horas, like, en total, si cuentas todo. Now, so I would like, what is the number one song on my Spotify? I can look that up right now. Hold on. If I click out of YouTube, it's still like streams, right? I'm still new to this YouTube like business. Pero si tienen algunas otras preguntas, mándenlas. If y'all have any more questions, like, send them before I have to go in and, like, do the, like, deep dive into my feelings and emotions and stuff. Like, ew. No one wants to do that. Let me see. I'm going to my on repeat. Number one song right now. No surprise. Snooze by SZA. Um, I love that song. I'm so obsessed with that song. That song is just so good. Like everything about it just hits. That whole album is like amazing. She really did her thing with that. But yeah, la pregunta fue la canción número uno ahorita en mi Spotify. Um, YouTube no sabe nada de ti. What? Like, please? Like me? Like, subscribe, share, all of that. But yeah, Snooze by SZA. La canción número uno ahorita en mi Spotify es Snooze by SZA. Such a good song. Like, oh, it's just so good. Last question. Well, no, there's two more questions, but the other one I forgot to write it down. 3 words to describe this new year so far. I should have thought about this because now I've put myself on the spot. Free. Can I just use one word? I just feel like a weight has been lifted off of me. And I'll dive deeper into that in a minute. 3 palabras para describir el año hasta ahora. Libre. Solo tenía una pregunta, una palabra. I don't know. I really should have thought that one through, like planned for that question. And then my other question was, what am I looking forward to the most in this new journey? And I think just being free. So to dive deeper into that, there's a lot that has changed since the last time that you guys saw me, which was on my birthday. So if you haven't checked out the finale of season 1, go do that. Actually, go check out the entire season. Season 1 is out and available on all listening platforms. But yeah, a lot has changed. I'm going through a lot of transformations this year and a lot of changes in my life. One of the questions that I didn't read earlier was about rebranding, because those of you who know my current situation know that there's one of those words on that podcast name that might be changed, well, won't be changed, but will be changed, if that makes sense. I don't want to go into too much detail because it's not just my story to tell, and I did give them the opportunity to come and tell their side, but they are not interested in telling their side. So, update, surprise for those of you who don't know, I am no longer, well, no, I'm still legally married, but won't be anymore. So there's that. Welcome to my world. Welcome to the updates. Nothing like there's no, I have no bad blood. We have no bad blood. We share children together. Like we're gonna be in each other's lives for the rest of our lives, rest of their lives. But we just decided that it was time to split. And so we have split, and I'm seeing a lot of love. And thank you so much because I'm trying to keep it together. I'm not getting emotional because I'm still emotional about the situation, because I'm not. I feel like those of you who know and have been around for a while, who know me closely, know that this was not something that just happened out of the moment, like in the spur of the moment. this is something that has been a long time coming, and it was time. So I am no longer living here in this house, although I am recording here. So, shout out to him for letting me keep the recording studio. But yeah, I've moved back with my parents. I've been there for, since the beginning of the year, really. And it's quite the change. A lot has come with that. Like, I applaud you and your strength and courage. Thank you. But yeah, a lot has changed. I'm going from having my own house, doing my own thing whenever I wanted to like being back with my parents, living under their roof, having to follow their rules. So it's been a lot of adjusting for the kids as well. Like, obviously, like I was saying earlier, and this is where I'm going to get emotional talking about my kids. The decision wasn't made lightly. I knew that it was going to affect my kids, but I felt like the kids were more negatively affected by staying in that situation with us always butting heads, for lack of a better term. Um, and so that's not the kind of environment that I want to raise my kids in. So we made the decision to go our separate ways and part amicably for the sake of the children. Love you too. Um, and so that's you know an update on that situation. Am I going to change the name of my podcast? No, because rebranding would be a lot of work. I already have a whole season as Married.Mommy.Maestra. I wasn't even a maestra when I was season one. I wasn't even a maestra at season one. Like, I was working registrar at that time. So no, I'm not gonna change the name. Will I change the logo? Maybe we'll add a little slash there once we're done with all of that. But no, I'm not changing my name to answer that question. Por si no entendieron, sorpresa, los que no han escuchado la noticia. Yo y Juan hemos decidido ir, ya no estamos juntos. He estado viviendo con mis papás desde el principio del año, desde el comienzo del año. Y ya no estoy aquí. Gracias a él por dejarme seguir, you know, estar aquí en el podcast, hacer aquí el podcast. Todavía vamos a tener este cuarto. Pero ya no estamos juntos. No fue una decisión fácil, pero tampoco fue una decisión que hice así en el momento. Mis amistades saben que esto fue algo que ya hace mucho tiempo lo estábamos pensando, bueno, yo lo estaba pensando, y ya llegó el tiempo donde ya era tiempo. Y como estaba diciendo antes, todo lo que hacemos afecta a nuestros hijos cuando somos padres. Entonces yo sabía que mis niños iban a ser afectados haciendo eso, pero yo pensaba que se iban a afectar más negativamente quedándose en una situación donde nosotros no nos estábamos llevando bien. Y no era lo que yo quería que ellos estuvieran, viendo todos los días. Y luego fue algo que hablé con mi consejera. Obvio, no hice la decisión sin hablar con mi terapista. Me dijo, si tu hija estuviera en esa situación, si tu hijo estuviera en esa situación, tú les dirías que se quedaran. Y ese fue el momento donde yo me di cuenta, no, yo no le diría a mi hija, quédate así, o a mi hijo, quédate ahí, So fue difícil, pero lo tuve que hacer. I talked to my therapist about it. Obviously, like, it wasn't a decision that I made lightly. And she told me one day, like, if your daughter came to you one day and told you the situation, or if your son was in that situation, would you tell them? Would you advise them to stay? And I came to the realization, like, no, that's not something that I would tell them to stay in. That's not the kind of situation that I would tell them to stay in. So why am I doing it? What kind of example am I setting then if I'm doing something that I wouldn't tell them to do? So that is how we came to that decision. And la pregunta original fue si iba a cambiar el nombre del podcast, pero no voy a cambiar el nombre del podcast. Sorry. No voy a cambiar el nombre del podcast. De hecho, yo cuando estaba la primera temporada ni era maestra. So, no vamos a cambiar nada. But yeah, that's an update in my life. Les estaba contando que voy de tener mi propia casa, hacer lo que yo quiero, cuando yo quiero, a vivir ahora con mis papás y tener que seguir sus reglas y respetar su hogar de ellos, que me han dado la oportunidad de regresar. Oh my gosh. I'm like trying to be like Superwoman. I'm like, I can get through this without breaking down, but obviously not. I mean, y'all know how much I love my parents, and y'all know how much family means to me. So for them to have like brought me back in with their open arms, like no questions asked, was tears are strength. Thanks, because they're about to come. I love you too. But yeah, I'm forever like indebted to them. I feel like as a parent, like I understand where they're coming from, but still, like as a child, it's like, like your family is supposed to be there for you, but for it to like actually happen, you're like, okay, like that's, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't even know where y'all are watching, over here, like, but yeah, mom and dad, I love you so very much. Los quiero mucho. Y les agradezco todo el apoyo que me han dado. Yeah. I should have got some tissues. I'm not even drinking. I'm just an emotional person. It's Cancer Moon today. Community will always open you with open arms. Get it together. That doesn't even make sense. Community will always open you with open arms. Like, try that again, Michaela. But they're not typing anything, which I'm guessing they're probably crying just as much as I am. That's why they're not typing anything. But I look real ugly crying on this HD camera. Oh, y'all stop with the likes and shit. Like, you're gonna make me cry more. But that's all I have. I mean, there's nothing else. Oh, I got questions about the other podcast about Makeup and Mischief, which, by the way, if you don't follow, you should go and follow on Instagram. Not my business to tell, but like, Hannah is also in a transitional period right now, for different reasons, much more positive reasons. So she's like trying to settle her life down before we get that podcast started. So we're gonna give her a little while to get her shit together. Which, thank y'all for waiting for me. Like, because it's March. This is the third month of the year, and I'm just now starting season 2. Like, I was gone for a while. October, November, December, January, February. Like, I was gone for almost half a year. So I'm sorry, but I'm back. Me preguntaron sobre why are my notifications coming in different orders? I don't know. Sobre el otro podcast que voy a empezar, que se llama Makeup and Mischief, y si no lo han seguido, sigan en Instagram, con mi amiga Hannah. Ella también ahorita está pasando positivamente, pero cambios en su vida, entonces no hemos empezado todavía. Le vamos a dar una oportunidad para que, tenga que hacer lo que ella tenga que hacer, y luego en cuanto esté cómoda, vamos a empezar ese otro podcast. But that podcast is it's going to be about life, but also books. So the idea is to like have topics, every time that we record, and to talk about that topic openly, freely, give, voice to whatever our opinion is on that topic, but also like loop it back into like books. So let's say the topic is, I'm like looking at my books to see like something that I can say. Let's say the topic is falling in love for a billionaire, which I don't know if that happens in real life, but then we could be like, oh, skyscraper Cinderella, and that's how it ties in, and talk about, those books are more about like falling in love with your boss, forbidden love. So let's say the topic is forbidden love, and so then we can go and talk about like books that we've read about forbidden love, and like if we've ever gone through it, or if we know anybody who has gone through it. And that's how like that podcast is going to work. Ese podcast va a ser, vamos a tener un tema y vamos a hablar sobre ese tema. El tema que acabo de dar es amor prohibido. So, si nosotras hemos pasado sobre eso, o conocemos a alguien que ha pasado eso, y luego vamos a empezar like, okay, hemos leído estos libros tienen que ver con eso, y es, así va a ser como vamos a funcionar ese. But thankful for parents for birthing one of my favorite people in the world. We love you, B. Oh, mom, dad, Michaela loves you. That's my best friend, by the way, in case you haven't caught that on. Who has an episode, by the way, called One Collective Brain Cell, something like that. Check that out, because she's a completely different person now. So whenever I have her back, you'll have to like give updates too, ma'am. So be ready. Mom is ready, right, Mom? Yeah. I feel like that's it. Unless y'all have any other questions. And we're at the hour. So any other questions? Anything you want me to talk about more in detail before I get I mean, don't put me on the spot if you don't want to be put on the spot. Anything you want me to talk? Yes. Yes, what? Yes, you have a question? Send questions really quick before I get. But while y'all are doing that, manden preguntas si tienen alguna otra pregunta antes de terminar, porque ya vamos a llegar al fin del capítulo. Sobre mi vida, sobre los podcasts, sobre lo que quieran. Oh, the book. So yeah, I'm still working on that. I'm still working on that. I'm trying. I really am. But I've had a lot going on, obviously. So the book isn't exactly at the top of my to-do list, but I do work on it every now and then. I will say writing from multiple point of views is a little mentally draining. So I'll be like really into the one character, and then I'll like completely forget about another. And then I have to like do a full reset to like get in the mindset of another character. I will say though, I love writing from the male point of view. I feel like I can say whatever I want and it's not deemed crazy. Like writing as a man, I say some crazy things, but they're like, it's a man. A man would say that. And I feel like if I were to have written that from like a girl's point of view, I'm like still all snotty. I am so sorry. If I were to write that from a girl's point of view, like, they'll be like, oh my gosh, that was so out of line. But yeah, me preguntaron sobre el libro. Todavía lo estoy escribiendo. He estado pasando sobre muchas cosas. He estado pasando muchas cosas. So, no ha sido, una prioridad, pero sí todavía lo estoy escribiendo. Me gusta mucho porque va a ser punto de vista de muchas personas. Me gusta mucho escribir del punto de vista de un hombre, porque siento que puedo decir lo que yo quiera y no importa, porque lo dijo un hombre. Pero si una mujer hubiera dicho eso, they would be like, oh, ¿por qué dijo eso? Wow. But yeah. What are you looking forward to the most for the remainder of this year? Damn, I don't know. I'm looking forward to continuing my growth. I feel like I did a lot of preaching about self-love and growth and mental health for my first season, and then I didn't, like, I felt really hypocritical because I wasn't doing what I was preaching. Like, I was saying all of these things and then I wasn't doing it myself. And I feel like now I'm focusing more on actually following through and that's what I'm looking forward to. So, lo que forward to the most en español. No sé, pero bueno, lo que quiero ver más este año es siguiendo mi propio crecimiento. I feel like now I'm not making sense. Pero sí, la primera temporada de mi podcast hablaba mucho sobre la salud mental y cómo podemos crecer como personas, y lo hablaba y lo hablaba y lo decía y yo no estaba haciendo lo que estaba diciéndoles a ustedes, So este año voy a enfocarme más en crecer como persona, ser una mejor persona. Y yeah, esa es una meta que tengo para este año. Will all the guests return? I would hope so. I feel like everyone that I had last year had some amazing things to say, and I would love to get, updates on everybody. Me preguntaron si todos los invitados de la temporada pasada van a regresar. Me gustaría tener la mayoría, por lo menos. Yo bajar de peso. La mayoría, por lo menos. Yo pienso que todos tuvieron una historia muy bonita para contar y me gustaría que regresaran y nos contaran qué es lo que ha pasado desde entonces, desde su capítulo. Goals that I'm hoping to achieve, I just answered that. I mean, technically, like, what am I looking forward to? Same goals. Are we expecting another hair look? Look. I changed my hair a lot. I know it's a known fact, but I think so. Actually, one of my New Year's resolutions was that I'm only allowed to cut my hair 3 times. I'm only allowing myself 3 haircuts this entire year. So don't eyeball me, ma'am. I know exactly why you eyeballing me. My thought right now, que se deje crecer el pelo. My thought right now is to just do one more chop, just one more, just chop it off one more time and let it grow. Because it's very dead, like, it's very badly treated. My dad seconds that comment. I want my hair to grow. I really do. I want it long, but I also just really like it short. I feel like this is a really good length, but I lost a lot of my volume. So I feel like if I just, one more time, just one more, and then let it be. Me preguntaron cambios de pelo, porque a cada rato me lo estoy cambiando. De hecho, una de las cosas que dije que para este año es que solo me lo voy a cortar 3 veces. 3 veces en todo el año. Entonces, estoy pensando una vez más, cortármelos corto y dejarlo crecer después de eso, porque ahorita está muy dañado y cuando me lo peino en la mañana, bueno, ya ni me lo peino en la mañana porque me enojo, me lo agarro y digo, oh, so gross. Like, I don't want to touch my hair. It's so gross. It's so damaged. I don't want to do this. So I feel like if I just one more, una vez más, just one more, I promise. I'm gonna be making promises I can't keep. I don't know. That's the goal, okay? Okay. Loved your podcast episode. One collective brain cell. Love you. Love to hear you two again in another episode. Yes. Look at that, Michaela. They loved your first episode. They want you back. I feel like this time it's just gonna be even worse if we do it. And you're going live this time. I'm sorry, but you're just gonna have to. I don't know what to tell you, girl. Any possible adventures or trips in mind this year? I really want to spend a lot of time at the beach. I feel, which I feel like that's why I wrote about what I wrote, but I really want to spend more time at the beach. Just at the beach, period. I'm going back home being to Michigan this summer, and passport pals. My best friend wants to take me out of the country, but if we're going out of the country, I want to take my kids. So passport pals +2, ma'am. And I want to go visit my brother in Washington State. I want to go visit my sister-in-law in Virginia. And yeah, those are trips that I want to do this year. Aventuras o algunos viajes que tenga planeado para este año. Quiero pasar más tiempo en la playa. Quiero ir a la playa, me gusta estar en la playa. Quiero pasar más tiempo en la playa. No importa qué playa, pero quiero ir a una playa y quiero ir seguido. Voy a regresar a Michigan el verano. Quiero ir a ver a mi hermano donde él está en Washington. Quiero ir a ver a mi cuñada donde ella está en Virginia. Y mi mejor amiga me quiere sacar del país. So le dije que, porque ya ganó su pasaporte. So Bestie didn't have a passport before, but now she has one. That's why she's saying that. Pero ya tiene su pasaporte, entonces quiere salir del país, pero le digo que si vamos fuera del país tenemos que llevar a los babies. So tengo que agarrarle pasaporte a los babies ahora. Ahí está Galveston. Yeah, I might be spending a lot of time at Galveston. Yeah. Any other questions? Questions, comments, concerns? No? Is this the part where I get to plug? So if you saw, yes. So if you saw one of my lives that I did at some point last year, or this year, I don't know. I've done lives in between, just not full episodes. I like that question. I'll get to that. Why I gotta go live? You have to go live. Everyone's gone live, Michaela. Get over it. Get over it. I mentioned I want to do, so now that I'm back and I'm on YouTube, which y'all asked for, it's happening. It's on there. Man. What was I saying? Oh, so again, my Patreon is still up. Subscribe to my Patreon if you would like. I have exclusive episodes on that. We are doing After Dark episodes this season. Like, it's going to happen. So we have those. If you have a small business or anything that you would like to promote, I'm going to be opening up the opportunity for you to be a sponsor. Um, I'll be doing ads throughout with whatever it is that you would like to promote. So, antes de perderme, mi Patreon todavía está disponible. Ahí es donde tengo capítulos exclusivos. Es donde tocamos los temas que son, not so family friendly, que no son para la familia, que no podemos escuchar aquí en live. Y voy a tener también la oportunidad para los que están interesados, pueden ser un patrocinador, I want to say is the word. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pero si tienen algo que les gustaría promover, voy a tener ads. Jesus. Ayúdenme. I don't know. Ads. Para que puedan promover sus productos o lo que quieran promover. Yeah. And I think that's it. But comerciales? I mean, I'm not doing a whole commercial. I mean, unless you want me to be in your commercial. I am in the Wifey Life commercial. Comerciales. Oh, well, okay. I guess that's what it is. Final questions. Si no tienen alguna otra pregunta, aquí tengo una. Anything that I want to cross off my bucket list. Something that I want to cross off my bucket list is I had it, and then all of a sudden, like, it just went away. I swear I knew what I was going to answer to that, and then I got stuck on this commercial thing. Damn. I know I have it written in a note on my phone somewhere. Oh, I can access my notes on my MacBook. Don't you love technology? Don't you love being part of the Apple? Hey, Apple, you want to sponsor me? This is not an ad. Let me see. Oh, well, I put publish a bush. Publish a bush. Publish a book. Jeez. Yeah. We're going to go with that one because the other ones are more personal and I don't want to talk about them right now. But yeah, publish. I want, like, publish. I want to become a published author by the end of this year. Algo que quiero hacer antes de que termine el año, publicar mi libro. Ser autora. Yep. Is that it? I feel like I've been on live forever. Would you consider a video podcast with your oldest baby with questions he wanted to ask you in the future? Oh, 100%. That boy, yes. Sí, tendría un podcast con mi hijo después, donde él me haga preguntas. Me encantaría hacer eso. I feel like his questions would be so funny. So why not? But yeah. Oh, by the way, since we're plugging, this is a dress by Hi Luna. Shout out to Jazz. She also has an episode from Cargo to Scorgo. Yeah. Check out season 1, I think is the point that I'm trying to make. Yeah. El vestido que tengo es Hi Luna. Y ella también tiene un capítulo que se llama From Cargo to Scorgo, por si quieren escuchar el capítulo de ella. Pero el punto es, escuchen la primera temporada que está disponible en todos los lugares donde puedan escuchar, porque todavía no estaba en YouTube, pero ya estamos en YouTube, so y'all will be able to, finally, like, do YouTube. Yeah, check out season 1. Thank you for being here. Gracias. Mil gracias. Más de mil gracias. Todos los gracias. Like, I don't think y'all understand, like, how grateful, how thankful, how blessed I feel that I'm being able to do another season and that I have so many people supporting this. And I'm really looking forward to everybody who is coming back this season and all the new people who are going to come this season. I've met a lot of really cool people within the last few months, and I can't wait to have them on here. The ones who want to be on here and the ones who don't, well, it's cool. I guess you can stay anyway. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And, thank you for being here. Gracias. Gracias, gracias, gracias. Comenten, denle like, compartan, suscríbanse al nuevo YouTube, suscríbanse a las otras páginas que tengo. Make sure you subscribe to the new YouTube channel. Make sure that you subscribe to Make Up and Mischief. If you don't already follow Married.Mommy.Maestra, do that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks with my mommy. Yeah, nos vemos en 2 semanas cuando... Oh, porque va a ser cada 2 semanas, by the way. So y'all don't expect me to be here every week. You'll be seeing me bi-weekly. Nos vemos en 2 semanas. Yeah. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'm sorry. It's like I don't want it to end. It took me forever to get this started, and so it's like, nah, I don't want it to go. But I'll let you guys go. I haven't had anything to eat, so I should go do that. Yeah, mom is the real. Michaela said, "Mom is her real bestie, not me." But yeah, on that note, bye and